A household of gold, their history burns a candle in my heart. Their history began with one man and his story. Entranced by a household of gold, their history burns a candle in my heart. Their history began with one man and his story. When every man worshipped in some form an idol, grew arrogance, which too became an idol. The last messenger, Muhammad, would not stand idle, not when jailed was humanity's mind. Not when jailed was humanity's mind. Knowledge buried deep in the soul, he mined and freed man from the chains of his mind. And when Satan's call threw upon him the night, when Satan's call threw upon him the night, he answered with his own call to this night. Muhammad unveiled his armored knight. Muhammad unveiled his armored knight. Ali, who each battle by his hand it was won. Ali, who each battle by his hand it was won. He defended human freedom and he won the life of a message of a Lord. Won. Ali, who each battle by his hand it was won. He defended human freedom and he won the life of a message of a Lord. Won when not in battle. When not in battle, Ali, men's minds he'd be enlightening. With speech he opened men's minds, enlightening like a shelter in rain and in lightning. And he married Fatima on God's own altar. He married Fatima on God's own altar. As one they built a pulpit from this altar, a seat of knowledge that none may alter. Together they raised the household. What a household! Together they raised the household. What a household! Impeccable and weaved from gold. This household, how many have learned from what this house holds? How many have learned from what this house holds? For example, Fatima preached, calling for women to be chaste, for women overpower men when deemed chaste. Women overpower men when deemed chaste. Concealed beauty by lustful eyes, not chaste. She bore Hassan from who was stolen every right. She bore Hassan from who was stolen every right. Yet he approached injustice in his own right, knowing if to draw his sword and when to write, knowing if to draw his sword and when to write. For with every fight with injustice, there's a way. How can you best make injustice go away? With his mind, all the options he would weigh. He lives in my memory like Hussein, my beloved. He lives in my memory like Hussein, my beloved. In every heart today, Hussein is beloved. What does it take to in this way be loved? Hussein refused injustice. Hussein refused injustice, wanting to reseed the rose of intellect, in minds he'd recede. Never, even now, would his voice recede. He's the voice of justice in all times, hard and tense. He's the voice of justice in all times, hard and tense. His name does not know past, present, future tense. All oppression mirrors his burning tents. You think you know this house? You think you know this house? You've not hit the ceiling. You've not hit the ceiling, for 9 imams of gold were all the true sealing of this letter of love, which I'm sealing with their names, like Sajjad, whose tears like rain they pour when speaking to his Lord. Out his heart he'd pour, his Lord a king and him a beggar. Poor or Baqir, who knowledge into men's minds he'd weave, teaching men how to think, teaching men how to think. This way he would weave men to think how and why, not ive and weave. But few heard, or Sadiq who shaped the world, we all reside here. Sadiq who shaped the world, we all reside here. Science, maths, chemistry, wisdom, science, maths, chemistry, wisdom, all they'd hear and learn from Sadiq. nations they would hear, but few heard Karbon for a lifetime imprisoned. Few heard Karbon for a lifetime imprisoned, yet still he taught us to patience in prison, for impatience it shall leave all in prison. Rather also a stranger offered much gold, an ignorant tyrant, all his golden teachings for his own use, a chain golden. His son Jawad from a young age he discussed. His son Jawad from a young age he discussed opinions and theories with all he discussed, showing us that another's belief should not bring about disgust. Another's belief should not bring about disgust. Ali Hadi, the magnificent teacher, he'd destroy ignorance through teaching. With this, he'd open minds so that minds would better heed. Askari, like Hussein, had a heart made of steel. He'd speak against injustice when rulers would steal the people's money and his life they'd steal. They locked him away. They locked him away, and this household scent we missed. They locked him away, and this household scent we missed. He was poisoned. He was poisoned, killed. His scent, how much we missed. His son Mehdi disappeared into mist. We waited for Mehdi. We waited for Mehdi. Decades and centuries passed. We waited for Mehdi. Decades and centuries passed. Our minds began to close again. As ages passed, this house became one of old and of past, and in every age on the horizon we would peer, wanting this ship of salvation to appear, and still we wait upon its empty pier. And when he does rise up from the smoke of death, when he does rise up from the smoke of death, he'll reopen human intellect, justice, he'll re-establish evil beneath his heel. A household of gold, a household of gold I paint with my words. Behold, let your character by their words be held, for free our minds that by them have been held. Heed the love that provokes the words of the lover, heed the love that provokes the words of the lover. Salli ala Muhammadin wa ala